So at the same time, as you have kind of an increasing in the consolidation of these larger companies that have diluted, if you will, the luxury, the things we've talked about, the scarcity, the craft, the very small, luxury itself, as we've talked about, it targets a small group, at least throughout its history. And that's what makes it luxury, right? And then when you mass produce it, it basically undermines the nature of what luxury is. So you have a consolidation of these bigger brands that really aren't doing luxury. And then you have these smaller ones, these individuals. So you have both of them surviving out of this. Is that what you imagine?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think the individual one will survive because they don't have as much overheads and expenses.
Right.
I think more interesting is I think it will foster the individuals, I think, to want to join the luxury, because the other choices is to work for a big company and they find that they are not fulfilled doing this. I think what luxury does is it brings people the opportunity to excel. I think what you're going to enjoy of the connection I want to make is sustainability is also creating a category that is sustainable. So some beautiful object that is sustainable. I mean making the most beautiful precious stones in a way, it's wonderful. I think there's nothing wrong with luxury, even ultra super expensive luxury. If someone can afford it, it's like it could be like a piece of art. And so I see it as the incubator of perfection, of beauty, and something that's very visually appealing, made by someone who's an artist, and he has this opportunity to be able to spend huge amount of money. They have a huge budget to do it, and then they're going to create this watch, for example, and they're only going to make 2-3 of these watches, and they're going to work a year on making 3 watches. It's a huge amount of time, and they're going to be in the situation which is, don't worry about how much does it cost. Just make perfection. Use your talent and make perfection. And to me, this association, I love the automotive industry, and in the automotive industry, you see this coming from Formula One, for example. Formula One could be perceived as a waste of time, of a humongous amount of pollution, and it probably is just for the entertainment of some people that want to see this car go faster and faster every year. But on the other hand, what's interesting when you love engineering, things that are mechanical, the automotive industry, is this is like a birthplace for coming up with the most amazing technology. It's a laboratory for the most amazing technology, because there's so much money and they use the best people, and they tell them, go for it, do something that is impossible. And then they make the impossible, and then those cars eventually become something of a single object. But then those technologies that were invented are then infused into the standard car, like the braking system that we all know today, ABS and all that, or some kind of injection that are more effective in using less gas and creating more power. So all of those things came from Formula One, because it's the laboratory of excellence. And so I find luxury, when it is the laboratory of excellence, is very noble. And I think they worry about sustainability because they give time to develop, they search for perfection. And that's when there is some amazing creation and some amazing research. And I think the people that are the origin of this, for the most part, would be people that are very conscious of the scarcity of things and looking for the scarcity and appreciating it. And I can't imagine that they don't want to do it again. And so these people, for me, are the true craftsmen of luxury.
Really interesting, this intersection of sustainability and luxury.